DJ's Boo Breakfast.
Good morning, Rosie! Welcome to the DJSBUBREAKFAST! Woo! Welcome!
Good morning and welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the warm welcome.
Yeah, I think, a lot of times
Woke me up on this crisp morning.
Welcome. And she sings it right along. Wow, I love your laugh. Like that's not a radio one. That's a genuine
not a
one.
radio
Because
laugh.
you know the other day.
I got my radio laugh.
Oh, you've got.
You're so funny.
You've been out of the scene, but you've been busy as an entrepreneur and just behind the scene.
Yeah.
Can you just tell us a little bit about what you've been doing and what you've been working on to date?
Everyone thinks, when you're not in generations, you're not doing anything with your
Yeah.
life.
So true.
So I was very fortunate. I was working on a program called Studio 53, which
Yeah.
came in as a studio presenter with Gaetano Kagwa, who was Big Brother Africa. And studio presenter for many years, and then I was trained as a director and a producer and started directing my own inserts across Africa. And the show took me across the continent, where I got to work East, West, North Africa. And while I was there, I kept on meeting these phenomenal people who were talented and artists who were already established in their own right, asking for advice, on contracts, how to get into the industry, how to train, all of those type of things. And so I started doing these services just for free because these were my friends and family. And then in 2010, I was like, wait a minute, I'm like doing this extra job. Why am I not getting paid for it?
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, let me start my own agency. And I thought, well, South Africa's got so many fantastic agents and so many managers and so forth.
Yeah.
But what does the rest of Africa have? And seeing what Studio 53 was doing for the rest of the continent, why are we not incorporating our brothers and sisters? So I created my own Pan-African talent agency called Wakka Talent.
Now you have these a menstrual cup in studio with
Yes.
us. Please tell us a little bit more about it and how it works.
Okay, so the menstrual cup is designed obviously for women during the menstrual cycle.
Yes.
What's different from the regular pad or tampon or reusable pad or tampon is that number one, the cup can last up to 5 hours. It lasts up to 10 hours and can last up to 5 and it's reusable for up to 5 years.
So it lasts 10 hours daily?
Daily. So when you put it up in the morning, you can go swimming, you can go running, you can go dancing. You do not feel it whatsoever.
Wow.
Yes.
I use it myself, so I can vouch for that. It's also FDA approved, so there's no risk of infection. There's no risk of leakage whatsoever. To insert it, you simply just fold it over. You then slip it up, and the cup then opens up into.
I see.
And the liquid simply just forms and fills up within the cup. It's non-absorbent, unlike a
Wow.
pad or a tampon, which
Yes.
is really, really cool. And then to take it out, you just pinch at the bottom, and then you just release it.
Wow.
And
Now-
why the need for something like that?
I don't think a lot of people realize that tampons and pads are incredibly expensive. And people from underprivileged or rural areas don't have the money every month to pay for their children and wives and so forth to be buying pads and tampons.
Sure.
So that is then leading to other people using dirty cloths,
Yeah.
which is very, very unhygienic. And
I've heard of socks
and
as
socks
well.
and
Wow.
also think
Our parents actually used to use those.
Yeah,
And
things-
clean them and wash
and
them
wash
like normal towels.
constantly. So now that's also an added cost to you because that means you've got to where's the washing powder and the money for the washing
Sure.
powder coming from. And then a lot of girls are missing school because of the menstrual cycle. So
Wow.
although, a lot of people say, yes, the actual cost itself it's about 300 Rand, which is costly. But if you think about it, over the next 5 years, how much
much
do you
would
be
you have
paying for?
saved?
Because a box of tampons would cost you at least 100 Rand every month.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
It's safe, it's reusable, and the nice thing about this is that you do not need soap to clean it. Whereas, which a lot of women, which I don't know, is that as women we're not supposed to use soap on our vagina. You're just supposed to use hot water, and this is how you sterilize this cup.
Just lastly, Nje, just within the space, I want to find out, is it difficult as a businesswoman now to actually drift away from your on-air persona? Because it's like I have to retune myself. I still see generations.
Yeah.
Do you find that challenging?
It's incredibly challenging. A lot of people undermine you when you're coming in as a businesswoman. When I co-produced Man on Ground with Akino Motoso, when a lot of people across the continent knew me as a producer.
Yeah.
But in South Africa, people were like, but you're an actress, what are you trying to produce? So there's the sexism. And then last year I was working in Uganda.
Yeah.
And although I've done a lot of production work and a lot of consulting work, I was still introduced as the head of the channel, X Generations actress. And I'm like, but a lot has happened since then. You know what I mean? And, and just because I'm an actress, it's just like, so you can't break away from that stigma. But I've now used it towards my advantage, because I mean, if you think about it, what Mfundi Windler did back then, what the Cosbys did for America, Black Americans in the 70s, it was for the first time highlighting black people in a positive, beautiful, powerful positions, you know.